What's up, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs? Welcome to your tarot reading here at the Intuitive Teacup. I'm happy to have you all. Please come into this tarot reading with an open heart and an open mind. Desire to maybe learn something or better yourself or your situation. Release what doesn't resonate for you. Only take on the messages that your intuition is telling you are meant for you. You are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. Now let's go ahead and set the intention to get Capricorn some clear, helpful, insightful messages wherever they are at on their spiritual path currently. I'm not setting any specific intention for this to be love or work or anything related. We'll just see what comes out and I will relay the message. All right, so what's going on in the past for Capricorn? What's going on in the past? Queen of Wands. And how is that impacting them currently? Let's see, the High Priestess. All right, so both of these cards can indicate suspicion of other people. So let's keep going. Let's see. So emotionally, where is Capricorn at? Ooh, you feel stuck. The Devil. This is your card. So I feel like this is not the first time I've said this to you. You may be in a role, Capricorn, where you're having to play mediator between two different people. Potentially having to do with a family dynamic, siblings, a mother. It's something like you're just, it's like, can't we all just get along? Some of you are in that position. Others of you, you're having to take the reins. You're having to take control of a situation because everyone else is just like walking around blindfolded, it seems. Like no one's, like they just don't get it. This may have to do with something at work too. It's like trying to herd cats. You're just like, come on guys, get it together. All right, so what is Capricorn's ambitions or plans? What's going on in the mental sector? Are they communicating anything? What's going on there? Oof, you feel stuck, but there's something timid about how to approach this situation, and so you're having to give yourself a pep talk. It's like you're looking at yourself in the mirror being like, all right, I got this. Like, here's what we got to do, and like I just gotta, it's almost like I gotta speak my truth. I gotta tell these people what's up, and then we gotta go from there. But it might be putting you in an uncomfortable position. You might find yourself in a position in the next couple of weeks that is, yeah, that's uncomfortable. It's maybe out of your comfort zone, out of your normal territory or role or responsibilities. And it also feels a little bit like you're being asked to make some sort of decision or judgment on something that you don't necessarily feel qualified for, or if it's not that, you feel like someone else should have stepped up to do the thing. And by default, it's like no one's doing it. So you're like, well, I guess I have to do it then. But you're looking at it as either as burdensome or that somebody else dropped the ball and let you down or let the people down, if that's making sense for anyone. So what is holding you back? What is holding Capricorn back? What's holding them back? The Star. Inaction. Honestly, like wishing and hoping that things are just going to work out. The Queen of Wands is like, in the past, you may have taken action and it felt like you got burned, or it felt like your voice went unheard, or you may have done something and were reprimanded for it. That's what this could be too, especially in a work dynamic or maybe even a family dynamic. It's like, when you did go out on a limb and try and do something or fix something and be, solution oriented, it almost feels like you got your wrist slapped or something. And so now you're apprehensive to step up and solve the thing. And yet it's sort of falling into your lap for some reason or another. So some of you, it's like, I don't know, with the Star card, I typically really like that card. But in terms of what you need to release, I think being a wallflower or being a bystander, someone has to step up and do this. And I have no idea, you guys, like the context of what this thing is. I'm only reading what the cards are telling me. So again, you'll probably know if this is your story already, or it may resonate for you in a few weeks. But yeah, wishing and hoping isn't going to solve this. I think we need to be practical. I think we need to be logical. I think we need to be responsible. And for some of you, there's like a timeline that you're trying to make. Maybe it's a work thing, but it's like, yeah, wishing and hoping and praying isn't going to make this go away. We have to face our fears. And you do have a card coming up of fears, Capricorn, with the Eight of Swords. And it could be that you're trying to be fair to everyone involved, and ultimately, whatever decision you make, it's possible that not everyone is going to be satisfied. And, I feel like you're being put in a weird position, but also it's understanding that no one's ever going to be satisfied, Very rarely does everyone win, right? I think you're doing your best to weigh it out and make a good decision, but it's sort of like, yeah, you're pushed into a corner and like you have to get yourself out of it. So yeah, there might be an awkward period with a Leo. There might be a Leo who's pushing you into a corner or disagreeing with you, feeling like you set them up for failure, or feeling like you're punishing them. Again, it could be something with your children too. This could also be, again, just for a select few of you, something between the mother of the children and the stepmom, and something about going back and forth and like disagreements on how to handle the child care issue or education or something like that. Again, not for everyone. What will help, I almost called you Leo, that's funny. Something with a fire sign might be challenging right now. What is going to help Capricorn move forward? What is their action or advice? What's going to help Capricorn move forward, please? The Knight of Wands. Yeah, you got to take the bull by the horns. You just got to do it. You just got to bite your lip and do it. And I get it. Some of you are like, this isn't fair. This isn't my job. I don't know why this is happening. It's because the universe thinks you're capable and responsible. And through this situation or dynamic, you're going to learn something about yourself and about your tenacity, about your ability to overcome, about your very strong and fair and just leadership skills. I don't know why I'm wanting to tell you this, but maybe some of you have Libra in your chart. But this, I don't know, this is coming up for some reason. It's like Libras, who are all about scales and balance and justice, right? They're the scales of the zodiac, frequently find themselves in situations where people are fighting because it allows them to live out their purpose as a Libra and come in as the mediator and sort of the person who can make the judgments and reset the scales to help establish equilibrium. Something about that is coming through here, but it's with your energy. So particularly for my Capricorns who are maybe like Libra rising, or I don't know. I mean, where else would that be? If you're let me think about this for a second, especially in work dynamics or family dynamics. I'm trying to think about the astrology here. So Capricorn, Aries, yeah. If I suppose even maybe Capricorn rising, something about maybe your 10th house being ruled by Libra. Again, not for everybody, but yeah, there's something where you're being asked to step in as mediator because it's what you're meant to do. And maybe some of you are pursuing something in some sort of field where you are meant to offer your opinions or make final decisions. Maybe you're in some sort of new supervisor role where it's like, yeah, there's like an uncomfortable energy, but it's teaching you to maybe not get emotionally involved and to do things because they are right and they are fair and they are just, and not maybe second guessing yourself so much. I get it. It's complicated. It's complicated. I think you're wanting to make everybody happy, and ultimately you might be dealing with people who are a little bit immature and irresponsible with this kind of like childlike Leo energy. It's, maybe you're dealing with people who take things very personally, and it's like, guys, it's not personal, it's business. Like that's very Capricorn energy, right? It's not personal, it's business. Well, it was personal to me. It's like, well, it's sort of like, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to do? Like, being silent is not helping right now. Someone's got to be a good advocate for you, for the team, for the situation. What is Capricorn's hopes and dreams or goals? What are they hoping to get out of this? What is it that they desire from this situation? The Hanged Man. So again, needing to see things from a different perspective, hoping that somebody changes their mind, hoping that maybe someone starts to communicate with you better or comes out of a cold place. And also something being hung up or tied up or slowed down, something being held up, like decisions aren't being made and therefore there's no progress being made. Yeah, again, huge cards of decisions, options, illusions, emotional decisions, thinking about the ramifications and impacts of those decisions, and then ultimately reestablishing balance and order in some sort of family dynamic, team dynamic. I suppose it could be romantic, right? You do have something coming through with Sagittarius, and so the word faith is very important for a Sagittarius. I think ultimately this is pointing out that it's like you want to be able to break bread with this person again. If they are mad at you or agitated or they got hurt or they're playing the victim, I do think you're hoping that they come out of it and you guys are able to work and collaborate together in a way where there is a nice connection. You can reestablish harmony and balance. But yes, someone might be going through like I don't know if the word healing is appropriate, but like this person may need some time to just like chill and process their emotions so that they can come back and like communicate in a more emotionally intelligent way. Almost like you have someone playing the victim or someone being a little bit like grumpy, like, crossing their arms in front of them and just being like, like they're being difficult. You have someone being difficult here. But I think it's your hopes and goals and your wish essentially is that this person comes around and doesn't view you as the enemy. I think this is almost your biggest fear is that you're being viewed as like a negative Capricorn or a pessimistic or a controlling or, fill in the blank. Like you don't want to be seen as the bad guy or the monster. But again, you're being put in a situation where you have no choice but to step up and do this thing because no one else is going to do it. No one else is going to do it. And I think a lot of you know that. Also, we have to remember, too, with Sagittarius energy coming through in the action or advice, what's going to help you move forward, you have to be brave. You have to be courageous, fire sign energy. You have to say the thing, even if it ruffles a few feathers. But we have to remember Sagittarius is a Jupiter-ruled sign, so that's benefic. It does mean well. It's trying to do good. It's trying to spread joy. It's trying to be inclusive, right? It's mutable fire. It wants to get everybody excited and revved up and ramped up. Maybe some of you are cuspy with Sagittarius energy here. But like it wants to do well. That's, Sagittarius's goal. But yeah, I mean, sometimes, other people aren't necessarily going to respond to what you're offering or respect what it is that you're telling them to do. And so, I mean, with that, it's like everybody here needs to act as an adult. And if they don't want to be a part of this, they can leave. But, like something about here is like we've delayed progress enough. We have to move forward with something. For some of you, there's a very tricky dynamic with a sibling. You and your sibling are trying to figure out how to do something. And it's like you guys maybe don't have the greatest relationship to begin with. And so it's bringing up all these long-held resentments, even if they're not being spoken. It's like, do you know what I mean? Like it's a very loaded, heavy conversation because they're still like holding things against you from like 10 years ago, and you're just like, oh my God, can we just focus on this? Like, I feel bad for you, Capricorn, because it's tricky, it's challenging. All right, what is the outcome here? Sorry to be such a buzzkill, guys. Okay, so Knight of Cups. So people are going to be able to express themselves in a better way. They're going to move forward. There's going to be some nice, gentle, connecting energy here. Knight of Cups, I like that. And then the Ace of Cups, beautiful. So again, I don't know the dynamics here, whether it's family or friends or possibly romantic relationships. You guys are going to reestablish love here because there is love. If the outcome is the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Cups, this is moving forward with being able to express yourself and authentically, but also to be vulnerable, and sometimes that's an uncomfortable energy. There might be kind of a heart-to-heart conversation here, no matter who this involves, no matter what the dynamic is here, especially at a full moon. So maybe something about the full moon in Virgo, or maybe the full moon in Libra. I'm getting more Virgo energy, though, to be honest. You have a couple full moons actually, you have several full moons showing up here. So something about allow this to cycle out. You might be trying to force a conversation to happen or force some sort of agreement or coming together, and the universe is going to take care of it. But I do think that there's someone in this dynamic, and maybe it's you, but I do think it's someone external to most of you. Someone here might need to just like hit reset. Like they need to go take a walk and chill out. Like, like they need to cool down. They need to cool off because it's something about like the heat or the flames, or it's like they're feisty, they're fiery right now. There's a little bit of combative energy, and then it turns into moping, and then again, like let them do their thing, let them go off, and maybe they need to take a personal day, whatever. Then I think they're going to come back and be able to have a better conversation with you. But yeah, ultimately, I think the chips are going to fall where they will, and you guys will come back together. And what's a good word for this? Break bread. I think you guys will come back together stronger because, ultimately you have to go through things, things that challenge us, the obstacles, they change us. And usually it's in a good way. It's something that we needed to see or understand better or, gain a different perspective here. I would say too, Capricorn, I know you're doing your best, but I think it's valid to hear this person out and really listen and hear what they're trying to express and communicate to you. Because maybe you didn't realize how loaded and how important it was to them to have that thing be understood. And so maybe in hindsight, you're like, oh, maybe I should have taken that into consideration more. Or, you know what, next time I'll ask them about that prior. You know what I mean? Like, there's something valuable for you to learn here, too. All right, Healing Waters Oracle. What's coming out? The Well Maidens. Kindness, respect, reverence, and compassion. Yeah, again, for a lot of you, I'm getting a dynamic of a group situation. Whatever's going down here affects multiple people. And so again, I wouldn't be surprised if whatever outcome or final decision is made here, not everyone is going to love it. and that is life. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose, and sometimes we find a middle ground. I think your best bet here is to try and find the middle ground as best you can, but also don't put too much pressure on yourself to make sure that everyone is taken care of. Like that might be you being overly nurturing or overly like, you know, mama bear, papa bear mode. It's like, oh, I got to make sure all the kids are taken care of. And for a lot of you though, you're not actually dealing with literal children. You're dealing with people who might be a little bit immature. And I actually see you being a very good leader here. I don't think you're doing anything in a shadow way. I think you're doing the best you can given the very complicated dynamics of the situation. And so just know that, you know, be kind to yourself. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. Those came spilling out. Let's see. Oracle cards, the balancing act. I love it. All that Libra talk. Maybe you're dealing with a Libra, or I don't know. You are kind of being asked to step into the role of, like, again, mediator, negotiator, the judge, making some sort of final decision here. Card 11, that makes me think of justice, all the Libra energy. And then 14, ride the wave. Yeah, again, that message of let people settle their energy. I think if the wounds are still fresh and this person is still triggered, it might be best to not approach them and revisit the conversation immediately. I understand that you're wanting to heal this or talk to them or try and fix it or do something so that they know that you are thinking about them. I would give it some time, especially with, again, Sagittarius energy, Temperance energy might be coming through here, maybe a little bit of Leo, Aries energy. It's fiery and water. That says to me like there's something where it's like the fire gets snuffed out very quickly when we pour the bucket of water on it, and they're left feeling like inept or very... Yeah, it's like they feel like they failed you, but they're too proud to admit that, and so they're pouting or something of the sort, I hope my cross watchers aren't watching. I feel like they're going to be pissed. All right, and then cleaning house. Yeah, we have to eliminate something here. We have to get rid of something. The old way isn't working. Change is on the horizon, and I think you're the one... I think you're the one cracking the whip. I think you're like, we got to do this, and this is what's happening, and I've made the decision, and you know what I mean? It's like there's cleaning house, and so, again, there is a message, and I'm trying to be gentle with it, but ultimately, I think you need to know that, especially if this is a work dynamic, if you're stepping up into some leadership role and someone's giving you crap and they're not following orders, they don't have to stay there. You know, they have a choice. They can leave this job. They can go somewhere else. As long as you're acting in a higher vibration, and I think most of you are, you know, ultimately this person is an adult and they need to make decisions based on themselves and their life and their happiness and their livelihood, and they can't pout. They can't play the victim. Like they need to maturity is a word that's coming through here, and you are working with people, whether it's family, friends, coworkers, you're working with people who don't always act in the most mature way. Let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10. So Wheel of Fortune, good things are going to come from this. But it might take I'm going to say even a month to kind of find to find everybody's footing again. Again, something about the lunar cycle, the full moon cycle. There's like a challenge and an agitation, but it will work itself out. I think you just got to breathe through it and lean into your self-confidence, knowing that you are looking out for everybody's best interest, but ultimately not everyone's going to be satisfied. All right, that's what I got for you, Capricorn. What an interesting reading this is. I hope it helped one or two of you. Please show me some love and hit the like button. I would greatly appreciate it, even if you want to leave a positive comment or an emoji. That helps my reading find a greater audience on YouTube, and it helps my channel grow. I invite you to subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Hit the notification bell and you will be alerted when I post my readings. You can leave a tip or a donation by hitting the thank you icon. That's the heart with the little $sign through it. And if you want more content from me, I'm on Instagram and Facebook. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for joining me today, Capricorn. Sending you all the best. I will see you soon for more tarot. Bye, guys.